Yep.
Okay, I'm back from the crawl space, which is one of two of what I call the service areas, the attic and the crawl space. I'll start at the top. The roof has been replaced recently. I can tell that by not only the outside, but more importantly, when I look at the roof structure, which, by the way, is very well built relative to its peers. A lot of houses of this age, the roof is very understructured. But when I look through the solid skip sheathing, I can see plywood everywhere. So they've resheathed the whole roof on top of the skip sheathing, which they don't always do, unfortunately. So that's a very positive thing. I don't see very little signs of historic leakings and staining on the ceiling of the underside of the structure, which is something I also frequently see. On the opposite side of the equation up there, there's still active knob and tube wiring, which you may be familiar with. It was the original type of method that we used to electrify our houses, open conductors, what we call it. And unfortunately up there, in addition to that, it's embedded or buried in the cellulose insulation, which is a known fire hazard and something your insurance companies will ask about given the age of the house. And to jump down to the crawl space, I also find it down there as well, instances of it. Some of it's been disconnected, but a lot of it still seems to be in use. The other thing about the attic and the crawl space, as you would expect in a house of this age, it's not up to current energy efficiency standards. There's a variety of things you could do to improve that additional insulation up top. While it is in my opinion, the best insulation, loose fill cellulose, it's not to the depth that we use nowadays. To stay in that vein in the crawl space, the floor system's not insulated. The register boots, those are the grills, some people call them, where the heat is supplied into the house. They're not insulated at all. That can make a big difference. On the moisture side of the equation, very dry under there. I don't see any real issues with moisture intrusion. There's a sort of a vapor barrier on top of some of the dirt ground. Ideally that would be a continuous healthy vapor barrier to prevent moisture migration. Structurally, once again, the house looks very sound. I don't see any need for concern. The brick foundation and wall on the exterior, I don't see any significant cracking or failing in any way. There are a few supports added to the floor and the mid-spans to prevent deflection because our tastes nowadays are for much stiffer floors than they used to be. Most importantly down there, in my opinion, is the HVAC system. It's what I consider the best way to heat a house like this, especially an older house that's not well insulated, and that is you have a gas furnace coupled with a heat pump. The brand is Train, which, if not one of the top, and the gas furnace is from 2004, might have a 30-year lifespan. The heat pump is from 2012. That probably has about a 20-year lifespan, so you're basically in their youth. So that's good, positive things. There'll be some other things in the report, but I think that touches on the most important things, obviously. That's pretty much it. I'm going to do the exterior now, and we'll be back one more time to talk about the exterior cladding, the exterior skin, the windows, and things like that. Maybe a few electrical issues as well that I'll talk about in the final video. Thank you.
Thank you.